Welcome back. My name is Philip Sumter, the host of Let Me Reach. Today, I'm going to be talking about sports. Preseason, NFL, this topic is going crazy right now. Top 10 quarterbacks. Why is this person better than this person? Why is this person better than that person? Well, today I answer that. And not only do I just answer it, I give my perspective as to why I have such and such in front of such and such. Because here, we just don't believe in talking points. We believe in looking at things closer, reaching a little bit deeper, and answering those questions as to why. Because honestly, if a man can't support his own argument, then he has no true opinion. So with that being said, I'll see you on the other side.
Only one. Yeah.
So before I even start, I do want to say, it's not that I'm biased or anything, but obviously number one is Lamar Jackson. But I will keep my biases away from this video because it's not necessary. This guy is different. He's the best freaking quarterback in the league. He is number one. You can probably tell this hat doesn't fit. I bought this hat when I had very long dreads, and now I kind of have a small head, so I just got to work with what I got. So let's go over my list, and then we'll talk about why my list is my list. Number one, Lamar Jackson. Number two, Josh Allen. Number three, Patrick Mahomes. Number four, Joe Burrow. Number five, Jaden Daniels. Number six, Justin Herbert. Number seven, Bo Nix. Number eight, CJ Stroud. Number 9, Kyler Murray. Number 10, Jared Goff. Now, before I get to these questions, anything after 7 or anything after Justin Herbert 6, Justin Herbert 7, Bo Nix, I don't know. Really, I like Bo Nix, so I'm going to just say after 7. It's kind of up for grabs. I just know for me personally, I'm going to take the guy that can do more with less every time. But all right, Yetics, go on and grill me.
What does being the top 10 quarterback really mean?
My criteria for top 10, or at least being in my top 10, and I'll be honest, I'm a very tough critic. You got to be a freaking game changer or a really, really great game manager. Now, we have this misconception about game managers not being great players, and that's just completely false. Tom Brady was the greatest game manager ever, but he could also change the game in that pocket. So, was he a game manager? Yes, but he was also a game changer. I also base it off of doing more with less. If you have to have a great supporting cast around you, then I'm not impressed. I don't have Jalen Hurts inside my top 10. Yes, he can win games. Yes, he's a great leader. But if you actually just watch the football games, it's because their team is just super dominant and they win games. And to be honest, he could probably push his way all the way to the end zone. And I'm not going to give him credit for that. Sorry, twin. Also, my criteria is pretty much on the eye test. I see the game differently. I look at things like who's the head coach? Is they calling the right plays? Are they putting them in the right system? Are they trying to force things upon him? Can he actually do the things that are being forced upon him? Does he have to have this player to do better? Does he have to have that player to do better? Are the receivers making the plays? Are they actually putting the ball on the button? I look at a lot of things, man. And the reason why I have Joe Burrow at 4 and not top 3 is because obviously Joe Burrow is super talented, but Jamar Chase is different. I mean, different.
Are you judging legacy or current performance?
This is current performance. Legacy would be totally different. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes hits legacy number 1. Pure performance based off of what I see on the field, based off of what they produce on the field.
Which QBs will still dominate on a bad team?
I only have 2 quarterbacks in the whole league right now that would dominate on a bad team, and that's Lamar Jackson and maybe Josh Allen. Those 2 are different. I still think Josh Allen needs help, but he's big enough and strong enough and good enough to score points. But unfortunately, they still have to have a defense. So I don't know if he can score enough points, but I've seen Lamar do it on terrible teams with nothing. So those are the only 2. And I know some people are looking at me like, oh, you have Kyler Murray as your top 10? How? Well, like I just said, there's only 2 people that can dominate on a terrible team, and the Arizona Cardinals are a terrible team / organization. It's not his fault, but he is immensely talented. I can see that. But he is not Josh Allen. Scatter Pack needs help.
Who's getting overhyped because of stats or media?
If there's anybody in my top 10 who gets overhyped, it's definitely got to be Joe Burrow. Like I said, man, I think he's excellent. I think he's great. But he has a cast around him that's crazy. And he's always had that cast. I don't know what he could do if he didn't have that cast. Justin Herbert might meet this criteria as well. I think he is super talented by the eye test. But back when he had Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, I think he should have won some freaking games, or at least a playoff game or two. I don't know. But I probably do have him ranked a little bit too high, but he's talented. And he can change the game in the pocket and outside the pocket. Thing about these guys is, he has a lot of pressure on his plate right now. So guys like that feel like they have to be Superman every single time. And I know what that looks like because Lamar's been there, and I'm not taking up for Lamar, but when you don't have nobody that you can really turn to, like a Jamar Chase or a Tyreek Hill or a Travis Kelce or, the coach who's going to call the right plays like an Andy Reid, it's a little bit harder because you're trying to force things that, I don't know, a great receiver might come down with. Or maybe they don't come down with it, but they don't let the defender intercept the ball. I don't think that's even a thought when Joe Burrow just lays the ball up there. It's either Jamar Chase is going to come down with it or it's an incomplete. That's the beautiful part about having a great receiver like that on your team.
Who's being disrespected because they don't have or fit the media's image of a top quarterback?
Lamar Jackson gets disrespected every single day. How he's not the number one rated quarterback on every list is absolutely asinine. If you're doing a legacy thing, that's another story. But if you're just doing who's the greatest quarterback right now, it's easy. Oh, but what about the playoffs? Those people bother me. Nonetheless, I understand. But what you gonna say about it after this year? I also think Kyler Murray gets disrespected. I mean, this guy has nobody. Marvin Harrison Jr., sure, but just that organization is like the Browns. It's hard to win when you got everything against you. He's the only thing on that team that makes that team watchable.
If you swapped teams, would these quarterbacks still be elite?
So there's only 4 elite quarterbacks. Lamar, Josh, Joe, Patrick. Jaden Daniels is creeping into that category, but we have to take a look at this sophomore year because what CJ Stroud did last year was kind of ugly. And hopefully Jaden Daniels doesn't regress like that too. So we'll see. But yeah, if you put anybody else on this list, put them in different situations. Like if you put number 9, Kyler Murray on, I don't know, the Packers. I think the Packers got a lot better.
Does playoff success matter more than regular season dominance?
Listen, playoff success is obviously more important than the regular season. You build your legacy in the playoffs. You show your dominance, you show your talent in the regular season. So, short answer, yes.
Are we holding some QBs accountable while giving others a pass?
Yes, obviously. It's different strokes for different folks, but I'm not going to make this episode about Lamar Jackson. I don't want to show too much of my bias. Although, to be honest, biases has nothing to do with here. I see the talent.
Who's on your list because they elevate their team, not just themselves?
That's easy. Bo Nix. He honestly reminds me of Tim Tebow with an arm. Like, not like a great arm, but enough arm. I think he's going to be really good. Now, looking at my list, everybody on that paper elevates their team in some way, shape, or form, other than one person. And I think this one person, you can take him off this list. You can probably put Jalen Hurts at 10 and take off Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a system guy, but the reason why I have Jared Goff on my list is if you have a great offensive coordinator and a great offense, this guy can make all the throws and run your offense as it should. So probably can't take off Jared Goff and put Jalen Hurts in there just because I said exactly what I said. This guy can make all the throws. Baker could go right there too. Again, just system guys. They still have to have a lot of talent around them to make the system go. But if you coach them up, if you give them the talent around them, that 10 spot can vary. I could put a lot of names right there. But Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, yeah. I think you kind of get the gist.
What does your top 10 list say about how you see the game of football?
I think my list shows that I like real talent. I like things that you can't coach because at the end of the day, that shit wins a lot of games. And it makes it super hard on the opposing team to stop me because I can do things that you don't expect. That's what makes a great quarterback to me. And I can still throw. If I'm a head coach or a GM, which honestly, I'd be the best damn GM in the world, the Sam Presti of the NFL possibly. So if you want to give me a chance, give me the chance. I'll throw my hat in there right now. If I'm going to pay a quarterback, I want that quarterback to make my life easier. There is absolutely no way I'm giving franchise quarterback money to guys like Brock Purdy or Baker Mayfield. Just not doing it. Now, if you got a cannon like Matthew Stafford, if you flinging that thing like Aaron Rodgers back then Matthew Stafford, yes, then we can talk. But there's no way I'm paying Joe Burrow money and not getting Joe Burrow results. So to answer your question, Yetix, I like talent. I like high ceilings. I like guys who make my job easier if I'm a head coach, if I'm a GM, if I'm an offensive coordinator. If the play breaks down, be a playmaker and make a play. If I'm paying you that type of money, I want those types of results.
How do you justify your top 4? These seem to be the most controversial.
Well, Lamar's number 1. He can run, he can throw, he's getting better at reading defense. He's still young, 28. What he does on the field is just crazy. That's really a non-negotiable to me. You can look at the stats, you can watch the game, you can listen to the NFL defensive players, you can look at the NFL ranking. They all rank him number 1, so I don't think I'm, bullshitting or being biased just because I truly have him as 1. I think he's 1 of 1. 2, Josh Allen. I think he's a version of Lamar. He's special as well, man. He's like a fullback version. Strong arm, strong talent. He still struggles with turnovers, but the talent is there. And then you got Patrick Mahomes. Definitely regressed this year. If he would have had a year like he did previously, he probably would have been above Josh Allen, not above Lamar Jackson. And also with Patrick Mahomes, I don't think his head coach gets enough credit for what he's done, for what he's capable of doing, for the game that he calls. I think Andy Reid is a top 3 offensive mind that the game has ever seen. He's that good. And he makes the game so much easier for his quarterback. Lamar, Josh, they don't have that luxury. Joe is at 4 because while I understand he is great, I also understand he's not the best offensive player on that offense. Argue with the wall. Nonetheless, this is my top 10. Hopefully you guys don't get too riled up. If I messed up somewhere, tell me where I messed up. Tell me how I messed up. Don't just say I messed up. Support your argument. Remember, a man who can't support his opinion doesn't have an opinion at all. So, like, share, subscribe. It's been fun. I will see you guys next show.
Only one. Only one. Only one.